Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jessica Harrington. Tonight on the Now Bakersfield, fishermen concerned about dwindling numbers of trout in local lakes. A look at the cause and how you can make sure your favorite fishing spot is ready when you go. Plus, the age of space tourism is getting closer. How soon Virgin Galactic is planning to hold another local test flight of its spacecraft. And everyone deserves a place to visit for the holidays. How you can help provide a home for dogs to celebrate Christmas away from a shelter. That's all ahead on the Now Bakersfield. Chris?
Topping our lineup here on the Now, Google in the hot seat today. We listened in on the CEO defending a series of accusations for the first time. Also on our lineup, we're talking about the powerful new opioid that's being tested on veterans, and we're checking out an app that uses facial recognition to find lost pets. We're seeing how it stacks up to that chip technology that's very popular.
The fishing community in Kern County is raising awareness about the lack of trout in local lakes. The Now's Daniela Garrido spoke with a local fisherman about what he calls a disappointing season.
I spoke with Terry Ibarra today. He's a Kern County man who grew up fishing trout at the lake with his dad. He says it breaks his heart to not be able to do the same with his younger brother.
Oh my God, trout was the first thing I ever caught. It was the first thing I fell in love with.
Terry Ibarra has been fishing trout in Kern County since he was 16 years old. He says it's one of his favorite things to do with his family.
My dad just came out here last year when there was a healthy stock and there was trout here. And we came out, we had a great time. We caught both of our limits within 20 minutes.
But according to Terry, that has not been the case this season.
There should be trout in here. I mean, everybody should be out here having a blast, having fun. But there's nothing.
According to the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, the moccasin hatchery that flooded last year used to produce 700,000 trout per year. Now it's gone, leaving the San Joaquin hatchery in Fresno to produce for the entire Central Valley.
If anything, I mean, I would like to see them set out a few pins, like a few more cages out there in the lake, and hopefully have some kind of fail-safe so that this doesn't happen again.
Officials use pens to raise trout to distribute among Central Valley lakes. The next pen project is scheduled for spring 2019 and should hatch about 10,000 fish at Lake Isabella.
We're like in the dead middle of the season and there's nothing. I'm an avid fisherman. I'm out here, and I'm here and I love fishing for Kern County. I love, representing my county, and it's a shame that I pay every year for my fishing license $50 plus. This year I spent on the 2-rod stamp, and I can't even use it now because there's no trout here. There's nothing,
Only 2 trout restocks are scheduled for the remainder of the month. The next one will take place next week at Ming Lake.
If you're planning a trout fishing trip, you can avoid an empty lake by going to www.wildlife.ca.gov. Under their fishing tab, you can click on Inland Sport Fishing. This will take you to a real-time updated schedule that can help you be the first to know when your nearby lake is restocked. For the Now, I'm Daniela Garrido, 23 ABC News.
Well, some exciting news for the future of space tourism. This week, Virgin Galactic is planning to perform the next test flight of its Spaceship 2 suborbital space plane. The test flight will be this Thursday, December 13th at the Mojave Air and Spaceport here in Kern County. Company officials for Virgin Galactic saying this test would be the 4th powered flight for this vehicle and the first since July. The flight will collect, quote, new and important data points about the vehicle at higher altitudes and speeds, including supersonic handling qualities and thermal dynamics. The company added that on this test flight, it is carrying 4 unnamed payloads through NASA's Flight Opportunities program. Those experiments, the company say, are part of an effort by the company to, quote, start simulating the commercial weight distribution in the spaceship represented by future passengers. A Bakersfield police officer is being praised after he helped raise money so a local boy could buy his family Christmas presents. Check this out. The Bakersfield Police Department posting these pictures on their social media pages, this one on Twitter. The two met when Officer Cameron Bailey saw Josiah selling keychains. According to BPD, Josiah told Officer Bailey that he was raising money so he could buy his family Christmas presents. After that encounter, BPD says Officer Bailey set up a GoFundMe to help Josiah accomplish that goal. Yesterday, Officer Bailey delivered $600 in gift cards to Josiah. Chris?
We're going to start this news feed with just video from an incredible rescue. Watch as a police officer, he climbs up a burning condo to save 2 children who are stranded on a balcony. This New Jersey officer now being hailed a hero. Well, the Senate could take up a major bill on criminal sentencing. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says it would be the largest in decades on the topic. It's designed to cut down on the amount of people in prison. It has faced opposition, though, from some law enforcement groups. The federal government now taking Leo DiCaprio's Oscar. Now, it's not the one that he won. It was one that was actually given to him that once belonged to Marlon Brando. A Malaysian financier gifted that trophy to DiCaprio, and that financier is now accused of billions of dollars in fraud. Well, you do want to check your freezer because Jimmy Dean sausage getting recalled. Yeah, a few people have found the metal pieces in their sausage, but no one was hurt. Yeah, here's a look at what the package looks like. You're going to want to grab your phone, take a picture of the screen here just so you know what codes to look for. It's going to have a use by date of January 31st, 2019. We've also highlighted the case code that you're going to want to look for. If you do have any of this, just throw it out or return it to where you bought it. Well, Google in the hot seat today, the company's CEO having to publicly answer to the government for the first time. Now, some of Congress's top concerns weren't just data use. Members also raised questions about bias in search results involving job postings, business reviews, travel information, and bias in political content. In fact, Google's CEO had to answer a series of questions involving Russian hackers and claims that employees manipulate search results involving political content. Google CEO denied it.
But we have looked at results on our top news category. We find that we have a wide variety of sources, including sources from the left and sources from the right, and we are committed to making sure there's diverse perspectives.
Now, this comes just months after the president tweeted that 96% of Google search results on Trump news comes from, quote, left-wing media. Today's hearing also comes as Google shuts down its Google Plus network. The company discovered a bug that revealed private information to software developers. We do have a lot more to talk about in our lineup, including the powerful new opioid that is now being tested on our veterans. We're going to break this one down next. You're watching The Now. Our partners at PolitiFact combed through hundreds of lies and came up with its lie of the year. This year, PolitiFact picked the online smear campaign against Parkland students after the deadly school shooting in Florida. The Now's Corey Rangel with more on why PolitiFact picked that and reaction from those who are touched most by it.
14-year-old Gina Montalto died in the Parkland High School shooting. For her family, this will be the first Christmas without her.
It is by far the toughest. Gina loved the holiday season. She loved decorating for Christmas. She loved participating in our family rituals.
17 families lost loved ones in the shooting, but not even a tragedy of this size stopped people online from starting conspiracy theories, including falsely accusing the students of being crisis actors. Someone else claimed the teens had secretly organized before the shooting.
We are not actors. We are not politically driven. We're parents and spouses that lost our loved ones.
The amount of lies leveled at the Parkland students and their families were enough for PolitiFact to name the smears as its lie of the year.
We felt that the smears against the Parkland students were so egregious against young people who had done nothing to bring this on, that it did bring it to a different level.
Angie Holan, an editor at PolitiFact, says the smear campaign is a troubling sign of where the country is in these polarizing times.
If people want to come forward and debate political issues because of something that happened to them in their everyday lives, that then they would get smeared, that just seems like something new and disturbing.
It's very hard to think that people would believe that this could be a hoax. As we experience the tremendous loss, we know the reality of the situation. Every day, we walk past an empty bedroom.
For the Now, I'm Corey Rangel.
We want to turn now to a much lighter note. The Kern County Animal Services has created a new program and is asking the community to consider taking in shelter animals during the holidays. The Holiday Hounds program is aimed at providing short-term foster homes for adult shelter dogs during the holidays. The Animal Services program already has a foster care program that is largely used for short-term care for more than 1,300 underage kittens every year. If you're interested in becoming a foster family for the Holiday Hounds program or for any shelter pets, applications can be picked up at the Kern County Animal Services Bakersfield location on Fruitvale Avenue. All Holiday Hound dogs will be fully vaccinated, microchipped, and spayed or neutered. During the holidays, the CHP is out in full force, not just keeping our roads safe, but also making sure no child is forgotten at Christmas. The Chips for Kids Toy Drive is put together by local CHP officers who collect new unwrapped toys and other items for infants, tots, and teens. CHP officials say when they started the drive 9 years ago, they helped a few hundred kids, and now they help about 4,000. The drive is accepting more than toys. They're, of course, taking blankets, bikes, clothes, shoes, athletic gear, and more. And the best part is the kids get to go in and shop for their own present. That way they know exactly what they want. They get to pick exactly what they want for Christmas. So if you would like to help out, there's still time. You can drop off items at all local Walgreens stores, Motor City and the Auto Mall, the CHP headquarters, the United Way, and of course right here at our 23 ABC news station. Meanwhile, this weekend on Saturday, the Target at the East Hills Mall area will be hosting a toy drop-off collection event. It'll be held from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. that day. The toy drive is going on until Monday, December 17th, but that makes it easy. Grab a toy, drop it off. Between now and December 31st, you could potentially be enjoying a free breakfast every day at Panera. Panera Bread is handing out free bagels every day throughout the end of the year. All you have to do is become a rewards member. So if you'd like to take part in this special offer, visit My Panera Rewards and sign up for free. From there, the offer will automatically load into your account. This offer from Panera is only good for new members, so sorry to those who have already signed up. But if you haven't, you should definitely take advantage of that. Well, we want to take a live look outside. A nice, warm, toasty bagel would be great if you're hanging out outside right now.
I know, it really would. We had another gloomy and gray afternoon with temperatures that were below seasonal. 53 was our high today. Normal for this time of year, 57. But temperatures are up from what we were feeling this time yesterday. But we are tracking stratus clouds that are trapped here in the valley. That's what's keeping temperatures still in those 50s at this hour. But we are talking about some mixing in the air that is hopefully going to be clearing out these skies for us here in the valley, starting at around noon on Wednesday, continuing into Thursday. Winds will be picking up in the mountains mountains, they could be seeing gusts nearing 30 miles per hour. But thankfully, due to those winds, air quality is going to be slightly better than what we were seeing today. We're going to be in the moderate range with an AQI of 68, and there is no burning unless with a registered device. As for temperatures, they are going to be up from what we were feeling today. 56 as a high here in the valley, 60 in the Kern River Valley, and in the low 50s in the South Mountains. But we are tracking high pressure that is going to be dominating over the region starting on Thursday. Now, due to clearing skies and calm winds, we could be seeing some fog here in the valley. That is going to be anywhere in the morning from Thursday as well as on Friday. And then we're tracking a cold front that's going to be pushing into Northern California on Friday. Doesn't look like it's going to be bringing any rain for us here this south, but we could be seeing some breezy conditions as well. Now, temperatures jumping up to 64 degrees by Friday. And then we're tracking a system that will be bringing measurable rainfall to the county. That is actually going to be overnight on Sunday into those early morning hours on Monday, but we will be tracking that as we get closer. Now, Bakersfield will be right back.
Let's get to the Now News feed. There is a battle to bring down the prices of prescription drugs. The Washington Post says a multi-state lawsuit now targets 16 companies and 300 drugs. The companies accused of price fixing and squashing generic competitors. Federal lawmakers unveiling a farm bill to make industrial hemp legal. Hemp used in CBD oil and used in states that have medical marijuana. The bill still needs to pass the House and the Senate. Well, it's possible no one will host the Oscars. Kevin Hart, you remember, stepping down after anti-gay tweets that surfaced from years ago, but Variety magazine reporting that the Academy just didn't have a backup plan. Well, it is a synthetic opioid 1,000 times more powerful than morphine and 10 times more powerful than fentanyl. And after being approved by the FDA, it could be hitting the market. Now, more than 100 people die from opioid overdoses every day. So the Now's Kamasier and talking with veterans about their concerns.
At first, started with Vicodin, and then it became Norco, and then they doubled the dose of Norco, and then it became Norco with OxyContin.
For Navy vet Rich Shock, a back injury turned out to be far worse than anything he experienced in Iraq and Iran.
At the time, I had a family, my kids were little, and a lot of bills, so I had to keep working, so I went on pain management.
As his tolerance and dosage got higher, he started doctor shopping until they cut him off. That's when a friend offered him heroin.
He's like, I'm telling you, it's cheaper, it's easier to find, and it lasts longer. And he was right.
The addiction cost him everything.
How did I end up here after everything? You know, after having a wife and a family and a good job.
Veterans are twice as likely to suffer from opioid addiction, according to a VA health system study. And that's one reason behind the outrage over the FDA's approval of the powerful painkiller Disuvia. It's 1,000 times more potent than morphine and 10 times more than fentanyl. It's restricted for use only in battlefields and emergency rooms for patients suffering tremendous pain from traumatic injuries. Even still, the chairman of the committee that reviewed it did not want it approved for fears it would be abused.
The approval of this drug represents a failure of their most fundamental duties, and I think that veterans are going to pay for it with their lives.
Britton Hudson is a Marine who works with veterans.
There are already other drugs out there, less addictive, less potent, that are also taken that way. So there's truly just no need for it.
Rich fought his way out of addiction, but fears what could happen with a much more powerful drug.
With the opiate problem we have right now, why would you want to manufacture a drug that's stronger? It doesn't make any sense to me.
To help prevent abuse, the FDA is putting tight restrictions on Disuvia. It won't be sold in retail pharmacies or be available for outpatient use, and it can't be used for more than 72 hours. I'm Kumasi Aaron reporting.
All right, Kamasi, thank you. And if the headlights on your car, they look a bit foggy, maybe yellow, it's really putting your safety at risk when you drive at night. AAA found old headlights only put out about 20% of the light they should. So you want to fix them with your vehicle's originally manufactured parts. AAA also found that aftermarket parts made an 80 to 90% improvement. Having your headlights restored is the cheapest option, but doesn't work as well as actually just replacing them. Both professional and do-it-yourself restoration gets headlights to about 70% of where they should be. The fingerprint and face scan technology are becoming part of more transactions because Hertz just launched a way to rent a car without having to talk to an employee or wait in line. Using the same technology that's in some airports and security lines at sports stadiums, a person can get in a rental car in a special lot and have their fingerprint or face scanned as they leave. Now, right now, this only works for members of Clear, the biometrics company. Hertz launched this first at the Atlanta airport and is rolling it out at 40 more locations across the country next year. Well, rent, of course, has been going up across the country. We talk about that a lot. It's really putting a strain on people, even forcing more people to become homeless. New research out today from Zillow shows the homelessness rate increases faster when rents go above 32% of the median income. Now, right now, renters can expect nationwide to spend 28% of income on rent. Researchers found, though, people are paying more than 32% in some areas. All right, let's get back to our lineup here. And the app that uses facial recognition to find lost pets, how does that stack up with chip technology? As technology advances, our hopes of finding our lost pets gets better and better. The Now's Kamasi Aaron showing us the latest advances and asking if it's even better than microchipping.
Ajax is Matt Sutton's first puppy, and when they're not together, he always wants to know where he is.
I would never want to lose him. I mean, it'd be devastating if I did.
That's why he got Ajax microchipped.
I have his social security number on there for his microchip, and that's plugged into my phone, and that registered in the database for him.
Now, there's a new way pet owners can keep track of their pets. Facial recognition. The Finding Rover app allows pet owners to upload a photo of their missing dog or cat. The app scans a database of more than 1 million rescued or found animals to make a match. The founders say it's 98% accurate.
What's wrong with facial technology? Why wouldn't we do it? Why wouldn't we do everything we could to get animals back safely home?
Veterinarian Dr. Kevin Fitzgerald says with so many lost and stray animals, facial recognition for pets could be a huge asset. But it doesn't mean pet owners should abandon microchips.
Right now, I don't think that the facial technology thing is as widespread. You know, we aren't seeing that. But this should be. You know, everybody should have a microchip.
Finding Rover's founders say they've reunited more than 15,000 pets.
It's an added layer, and I think that's a very helpful asset to any dog owner.
A new piece of technology, providing new peace of mind. For the Now, I'm Kamasi Aaron.
All right, Kamasi, thank you. And it is a big decision if you want to go under the knife for weight loss surgery. Now, the negative attitudes that you see about it may be stopping you from considering it. And tomorrow on the Now, we're getting some insight about these surgical procedures.
And coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11, the city of Bakersfield planning to upgrade street lights in the Oleander area. More on the meeting being held tonight to get your feedback. We have that story and much more coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11. In the meantime, that was some video from last night, and we could see it was a little like, I don't know, I don't want to call it foggy, but just there's a little cloudiness in the area.
Yeah, it really was. The overcast skies is a stratus deck that is stuck here in the valley, but we are tracking some mixing that will be happening tomorrow. So hopefully that's going to be clearing out our skies tomorrow afternoon, continuing into Thursday. But right now, temperatures in the 50s here in the valley, down into the 30s in Pine Mountain Club, as well as into Hatchpee. But temperatures warming up to 64 degrees by Friday. Not too bad.
Not too bad. We need that sunshine. That's going to do it for us here on the Now. We'll see you back here tonight for 23 ABC News at 11. Good night.